So today's dish is going to be a really colourful Thai green curry with prawns. I've got prawns in the fridge and we're going to use loads of vegetables with lots of different colour, like roasted potatoes, peppers, spring onions, and just make it look really appealing and obviously taste really appealing as well. So it's really easy with your rice. Again, as before, 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water, and that's going to suit 2 people. That'll be enough for 2 people. And with this rice, as I've cooked it, I've put in about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce just to give it a little bit of flavour, and you'll see that the rice takes on the colour of the soy sauce, so it becomes a really nice kind of light brown colour, and then we're going to put some things through it at the end to give it a bit of a kick. So pan on the heat, and we're going to start off with, we've got red onions, sweet potatoes, mange two, peppers, spring onion, ginger and basil, so that's what we're going to use today. So we're going to go in with the red onions and our sweet potatoes first. Get that up on a nice high heat. Just get a bit of heat going through them, because the sweet potatoes will obviously take that little bit longer than everything else. Okay, so get the heat going through them. The Thai green curry paste I'm using is this one. You can get it from most supermarkets. I think you can get it in Ireland as well. But it's a really nice one, it's really good. And it's quite good that it comes in this small little tub, because the bigger ones it's difficult to use it all up. So for this dish we're going to use about a tablespoon of Thai green curry paste and 1 tin of coconut milk, okay? So it's a nice bit of heat going through them. Going to get your very lazy garlic. Go in with half a teaspoon, okay? And then for Thai green curry paste, at the very beginning we just put it in the pan and get the heat going through it, and that's going to release all the aromas and the flavours. So in with a tablespoon of Thai green curry paste. Stir that all up. You'll smell the aromas straight away. Allow it to dissolve, okay? And then you're going to go in with a tin of coconut milk, okay? So the whole can goes in there. You'll hear it start to sizzle, and it will come to the boil quite quickly. So already you've got a really nice bit of colour. You've got the green of the Thai green curry paste, and then the orange of the sweet potatoes, and then obviously the red onions. So that's the base of your curry. It's really that simple, okay? Let's see. Okay, so bring that to the boil now with the rice. I've got my rice cooked, and as I said, it has that kind of really light brown colour. So what we're going to do is, much the same as last time, I'm going to go in with some very lazy chilli to get a bit of colour going through there. About half a teaspoon of very lazy chilli, okay? And you've got a piece of fresh ginger. I just want you to chop it up nice and small. You can use a grater for this if you want. It's totally up to you. Just get it on the grater and grate it in. It's probably that little bit easier. So that goes in there, and that's just what that's going to do with the rice. It's going to give it this really fresh, fragrant flavour, and it will balance out and counteract the creaminess and the kind of spiciness that's in your curry. So it'll just be a really nice balance between the two. Also, what we're going to put in the rice to give it another bit of colour is just a few spring onions, okay? So I've chopped up 1 spring onion, so I'm going to put half of the spring onion into that rice. So that's your rice done. And a bit of salt in there, and that's you ready to go. That's your rice. So now this is going to come to the boil. It's bubbling away, so it's ready to go in with your peppers, your mange two, and the remaining bit of spring onion. So in that goes. These don't really take that long, because with the vegetables you like them to retain a bit of crunch and a bit of texture. You don't want them to be soft, and you want them to maintain as much of their flavour as you can, because the longer you cook vegetables for, the more they lose their flavour and their colour and their nutrition, really. So it's best just to Cook them just for a short space of time. And then with your prawns, I got raw prawns, but you can use cooked ones if you want. If you're using cooked prawns, just put them in right at the very end, or you can just lay them on top of the curry when you spoon it out onto your plate. But I've got a full pack of prawns, and that they go in. And when you buy raw prawns, you'll see they're kind of almost like a bluey grey colour. And when they touch heat, they start to turn pink. And they only take about 4 minutes boiling, and then they'll be ready. So allow that to come to the boil. Get your basil so that you have that ready. Slice it up, chop it nice and finely. And that's your basil ready to go. And believe it or not, that is your curry more or less done. So you just leave it to boil for long enough for the prawns to cook through and to let the flavours kind of immerse with each other, and then you're pretty much ready to go. And this will make enough for your lunch for tomorrow as well, because it's a whole pack of prawns and a whole tin of coconut milk, so it'll be enough either for 2 people or for tonight's dinner and tomorrow's lunch, which is always good. So let's show you this. Look, can you see that? Got all these gorgeous colours going on. You'll see the pink come up in the prawns, and they really don't take that long. Don't be afraid with them, because it's so easy to overcook prawns, and then they get this kind of chewy, rubbery texture that's just not really very nice. So just err on the side of caution with not cooking them too much, and be brave about it. But once they turn pink, that's you pretty much ready to go. Alright? So, as always, a pinch of salt goes in there. And that's your curry. That's your curry ready. Finished. Get that off the heat. At the very, very last minute, then go through with your basil. Okay? So that it keeps its colour and its freshness and its flavour. Coriander is really nice for curries as well, but I quite like basil because of its sweetness. I've got a bit of a sweet tooth for food. Anything that's kind of sweet, I tend to like. Which is probably why you've noticed me use honey so much. Okay, so this is your plate, and get some of your rice and lay it onto your plate. You see the nice bits of colour with the yellow and the red and the green in your rice, okay? So rice goes on first. And then your curry. So what you do is just spoon out lots of the veg and the prawns on top and pile it up nice and high. And then just get your juice, the coconut milk, and spoon that on top. However much you want. If you want, you can serve this in a bowl. There's no rules. I'm serving it on this teeny tiny little plate, which is spilling and overflowing. It's probably not such a good idea. But that's it. That's your curry. Easy. So easy and so quick. And really colourful. And you'll find that tomorrow, after that being left overnight in the fridge, the flavours again will intensify and just be even nicer again tomorrow. So that's it. That's your very colourful Thai green prawn curry. Enjoy.